Peggy.
And we are
your sweet guys.
And we went to 17.
We had a weekend. Boom. I mean, in a quick nutshell, Alana still can't speak. I've gotten better. Yesterday was raspy, but Alana's still out vocally.
I'm gonna talk.
Yeah.
It will go in and out.
But it's gonna sound like that.
Like, this is literally me when I'm talking at normal volume. It just goes in and out on its own.
Yeah.
Own.
It's just what happens.
But there's a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because we went to 17 in NYC Diamond Edge, whatever that thing they made us do was. But we went on the 26th, came home on the 28th. So we're just gonna tell everyone what happened. It was.
Should we start from the beginning?
It was a good time. It was
Like,
an alright time.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, so we went.
Yeah.
There's the story.
We went, and that was
We
it.
went.
And it happened.
We definitely went.
And yay.
Yeah. We're leaving now for New York because we are going 17. No, going 17. Peggy?
I feel like a shining diamond.
Yeah, I feel. I'm gonna second that and also add in 19, not tired at all, not even gonna sleep until the concert tomorrow night.
So we got there on Saturday, or we got there like early Saturday because we wanted to have like a day in the city and stuff or whatever, make a whole weekend
And
of
we
it.
were meeting 2 new friends that we hadn't met in real life before. So we were like, everyone's getting there on the same day and we're all hanging out.
Yes, because we, as you know, we use going to see people as opportunities to hang out with our friends as well. So
That's all we go for. We don't care about the groups.
That's pretty much it. So we got there on Saturday and our beautiful, wonderful friend Shantae was already there.
Ashanti.
So she was going to see like what was up at the venue and stuff, just to like look at where it is and like I don't know what we were gonna do because she was already there.
And we expected there to be a line. We knew there was gonna be one. There was one for Monster Eggs. There's always lines.
Right.
But we didn't know what time anyone was gonna start lining up at. And she was like, I'm gonna go check out the line, and we were like, fucking tell us what's up.
Well, when she went, there were already people there, so we didn't expect that. We were like, okay, so are we gonna?
17 fans are dedicated.
Yeah, which it's like great, but we were like, are we gonna have to be in line now then? So we went there. And it ended up being like a list system kind of for the people who were already
made
there.
by fans, not the venue. It was like one fan made a list.
Yeah.
And was like, this is where you are in line.
So we like just kind of like hung out for a while and like made some lovely friends actually in line. Everyone was really confused as to why not confused as to why they were there, but we were all like, we didn't expect to be in line this early, but here we are.
It was the same thing happened to a bunch of people. Everyone went to go check to see if there was a line, and then you had to get in line
because there
right
was
then because there was, and you didn't want to be.
And no one wanted to see the line and be like, well, I'm not going to get in this. Yeah. And so then everyone kind of just did the same thing that we did. So we ended up like hanging out, making friends with everyone, which is always fun.
And they made us leave.
Then we all had to leave.
Yeah. They said, you can't be here. And we were like, God bless.
It was kind of great actually, because
we'll just let you know now, there's no way we were going to sleep on the streets of New York. We would not have slept outside.
We were going to try to make like a system with everyone.
Shifts, but we would not have been asleep on the street of
Everyone started to work together to be like, so we can get through this. You guys know how lines work. So we were going to do all of that, and then they told us that we legally were not allowed to do any of it. So
they were like,
we had to leave.
Venue says leave.
Yeah.
Like,
so
okay, cool, thank you.
So we had to leave, and
what's up?
Yeah, they like did a numbering system, which I think
they gave everyone like a ticket.
Yeah. And
they were like, with the girl with the list was like talking to the venue or whatever, and then you had a ticket for like your number, and then you could come back the next day, and if you had the ticket from the day before, you could like use it and just get in line where your number was.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, cool.
So we were told what time we were supposed to come back and everything. So basically, we had to fill our own time until then because we weren't allowed to wait in line.
And our friends, Mike and Maddie, that we met, we were planning to meet Mike and Maddie in a central location. So we were like Times Square because we weren't going to be like, we're going to go 20 minutes away when their parents don't know us and everything. And we were like...
We came from different places too, and it's just like easier to be in the big populated middle area. To be like, this is where we are.
So we went out to eat and then decided we were going to meet with them after. And we went out to eat. Someone was like, Hoshi, June, and Dino are in Times Square. And we were like, Of course they are. Okay. But we didn't go to Times Square. We were just like, we're still out to eat. So
far away from Times Square.
So then we came back, met Mike and Maddie in Times Square. No one was in Times Square at this time. Everyone, the members had left. We didn't like rush back to see them. We ate.
Right. We saw that people were saying that had happened. So we were like, okay, so we missed that happening.
Yeah.
But we're still out together, and we're still just gonna meet them later anyway.
Yeah.
So
we met. We had Maddie with us in Times Square because we met her.
Oh my god.
Hey. Look who we found.
Oh my god.
Earlier in the day, but we're pretending we found her again right now.
Hey guys.
It's me.
It's me.
Maddie.
First time.
It's Maddie B. Dabs, guys. Just calm down though. Just
Don't worry. It is her, but everyone chill out. Don't unsubscribe. Like. So we're in Times Square. We're waiting for our friend Mike.
Mike will not appear.
Mike's not coming, actually. He's a robot.
Yeah.
But we're just hanging out by the half-gas red stairs, okay?
Real.
Okay. We waited and found Mike.
Just out of real quick.
There's another person.
We found someone.
There's another person that we found. It's fucking Mike! Mike. We didn't think we were going to find him. But say what's up. There he is, finally.
Maddie.
And Maddie. He does. And then Shantae and Nicole.
He's rude. My rabbit.
So there it is. And then we walked around Times Square.
Mike and his cute mom.
Right, and then we went and got candy and stuff.
We were supposed to meet Mike's mom across the street from the Disney store.
We were supposed to meet up with her in front of the T-Mobile store. So we were like, okay, let's go sit and wait at the T-Mobile store. And there was like these little cement benches, basically, that you can just sit on. So we were waiting there. Mike's mom walks up, so cute. She had her little pictures with her that she bought. She went to the bubblegum shrimp store, and we were like, oh my god, that's the sweetest woman ever. And we're sitting there, and it was like one, two, three. It was five of us sitting, and Peggy was standing, and Mike's mom was standing. And I'm looking, and we're just like sitting there, and I'm like, and I see walking directly at the end of like the little cement bench thing was Vernon. And I was like, he has like a literal halo, a glow around him. The light that he doesn't need the Times Square lights because his entire face is lit up.
It doesn't make any sense.
His jawline, nothing makes sense.
He creates the light.
Like literally, he had a whole ring of light around him that if people saw, they'd be like, "Oh my, what is that? Who is this person?" Even if you don't know him, you're like, "No, that's fake. There's a golden marble statue walking through Times Square. How?
Like I would be like,
it's like
what?
People should pay him. He's a whole act in Times Square. He did it just walking around in his t-shirt and pushed back hair. And I went the same thing like I did with other groups. Literally at the same time, I say Peggy and then just a name, and I went Peggy Vernon.
It's literally been Peggy Suho, Peggy Yukyum, Peggy Vernon. I immediately turned my head to the right and then saw his fucking face and was like.
And then I was like, Shantae,
okay,
don't look. And then everyone looked, and it was Vernon just walking directly past us.
We all remained calm.
None of us said anything to him. No. None of us yelled. No, we all literally were just like, okay, we're here. He is walking past because he is doing Times Square, and that is a thing that just happened. No one said a word to him. No one was bothered. He went to the corner, across the street, and then went and sat on the red steps, and
we literally were just like, okay. But then also, we were in the Times Square area anyway, because that's where we kind of had to be.
Mike left us, and we had to walk Maddie back to her hotel.
Right.
And then we did a Michael Jordan chant.
So, as we were walking back, the direction to bring Maddie back to her hotel was going toward the red stairs. So then we were in that little area in front of them. And that's how we even realized he was on them. Because we were looking, and then we were like, oh, he sat down there. Okay. And just kind of like saw that it was happening. And we're like, all right. And then
he only sat there for like 2 minutes.
Literally.
And he got up, walked past, and went away.
Yeah.
And that literally, we just like saw him in Times Square.
Yeah.
we didn't have like an interaction with him or anything.
He walked like right by us when he was leaving.
Literally when I saw him, we made eye contact, and then I looked away, and I was like, no, thank you. Absolutely, that's
pass.
No, because I'm not gonna say anything to him. We just hi. That's staying here and. Bye.
And it's like we were wondering after if like there was no like gesturing or like saying anything to him or anything, but you could see all of our blood froze when it was happening. So we were wondering if he could like sense that happened or not. But no one, like, he literally just came up, sat around, and walked away.
Back. He had one or two managers with him. They were talking to each other.
He was laughing a lot.
He looked ethereal as fuck.
Yeah, he kept laughing, which was like beautiful to see.
His smile in real life, so cool.
Amazing.
We went back to our hotel. and got up the next morning to go back and get in line because they were like, if you have a ticket, come back at 8 a.m. And we were like, okay, well, we're not going to show up at noon and be like, well, we have a ticket, so let us get in line before you. We're not going to be assholes. So we got there when we were supposed to. We did wake up late, we got there at like 8:40 or something like that. Found our friends from the day before because everyone honored the number system, and we got in line. And then that day started because that was the day that we were going to see them.
Yep. Which we all kept stopping and being like, so it feels like we're just sitting here for like no reason because we're not addressing the fact that this is actually happening later today. We were like, we're all just here to hang out with our friends, and no 17s are going to be in front of our face later.
Yeah.
But
the members.
We had a nice day.
Yeah, we met so many people, and we were like, this is the only reason this line is fun.
Yeah.
Because everyone's having fun. We're meeting our friends. People came up to us. Even if people didn't know us, they were like, you're sweet guys. Or like, I watch your channel. And we were like, oh my god, are you serious?
Thanks.
We were like, don't. It's horrible. We're annoying.
Sorry.
Stop doing that. Truck.
That was
so
great.
Everyone got ice cream. You had to pay, or you could like donate money before to get the ice cream truck, and it had their names all on it and their faces on it, and there was music. Everyone was playing music, and everyone was dancing. And
it was so beautiful.
Everyone just had the venue. I think it was My Music Taste was handing out waters. They gave people donuts in the morning. We were like, are we in heaven?
This is literally a super sweet
time. What is this?
We're in line, and there's an ice cream truck. So they're giving, they're not giving, you have to buy it, but there's ice creams, and their faces all over a truck, so.
We're all about this right now. We made a video when we were in line that we put up before this one, that we went and asked people like who their favorite member was and why, and so we wanted to get like different people for each member and stuff like that, and time-wise and like things and how it went when we went to ask different people, it ended up being kind of like uneven with some of the answers.
We didn't want to walk up to someone being like, DK?
Right.
So we walked up to people being like, hey, do you want to be in a video? And if they said yes, when we asked them, if they said the same name as someone right before them, we're not going to be like, oh, never mind, we don't need you.
Right.
Because we just asked a random person if they wanted to be in a video. We didn't want to cut anyone out. So unfortunately, some members were mentioned like way more than others.
Yeah.
I actually messed up because I was supposed to record a Hoshi one. She was supposed to record a Minu one.
Yeah, we did.
Hoshi only ended up having one person talking about him. Yeah. June, Wanu, and Coops as well. So we felt really bad.
We had people literally like that we had in mind that we already knew like loved those people that we were gonna ask, but then we ended up getting like separated from them, or the line it didn't work out. So then we kind of were like, oh, we have a couple people for this, and then we ended up not even being able to get their answers. So we felt really bad, but it was fun.
And then when we go to another one and we do it again, which we plan on, we will make sure those 4 have 19 people talking about them, and as well as everyone else.
And it was really cute to see everyone that we went up to, like, when you first ask if they want to be in a video or whatever, like, most people are like, oh, okay, or like a little hesitant, but then as soon as you ask the question for them to talk about their favorite, everyone's face lights up, and that was like the best part of it, to see everyone be like, oh, like when they think about who they love. It was so great. But that was fun, added more fun to the line time.
And then we were about to go in, and I lost my phone in an Uber.
Yeah.
I thought I lost my Hoshi stuff. So I cried in line.
Right. Thank you to Maddie and Keely for helping with that.
So we get in, and the first thing we did was high touch, because they put high touch before the show.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
They put the high touch before the stupid show.
It was really messed up.
Because they came out and they said, they were like, there were people that must not have like checked either emails and stuff, so they just like came out to make sure everyone knew. They were like, the artist has to leave after the show, so they're doing high touch before, and we were like, yes.
Okay.
We've never done this before.
Sure.
We've never done a high touch before. We usually do it after when we're sweaty and gross. So we were kind of like, okay, kind of cool, but like
good in that way. But then when you do it after the show, you get time to process the fact that they're actual human beings standing in front of you, and then you're like, okay, so now we're gonna be super close. But doing it before, they're right in your face, and that's the first thing that happens.
So literally, we walked through. We stood in a hallway because they were like, they're in an interview right now, and everyone was like, be quiet because they're interviewing. And then you walk through to the left, and right in front of you is the 8. First person, the 8.
Oh, there they are.
Literally, holy hell. They really just throw it. They throw it right at you. And they're like, there's everyone, go. So you walk up to the line. You can go first.
So our friends went in front of us, and then we were talking kind of before about, everyone's always like, what are you going to do for certain members? All we knew concretely was that we were going to say, what's up to the 8.
Literally.
That's all we had.
Up?
Then we'd be like,
say
what's
it right
up?
Because we knew you'd say it right back.
And so first was the 8 and Vernon were the first 2 people. So we were like, okay.
Like,
so,
that's like the what's up crew.
literally.
Like fucks you up. Like, they fuck with you,
And
but
they're
they
like,
fuck with you.
Yeah.
Those two.
Exactly.
So.
And so we walked up, and first it was like, what's up to the 8?
Head nods at everyone.
And he
He's
just
like, what's up?
He's like, what's up? And he's
like,
like, oh,
you tell us.
You're so cool.
You tell us what's up, because we're not sure. We asked you, actually.
No idea. I had no plans for anything further than this. And so then Vernon was right after him, so it was just kind of like rolling off of that. What's up? It was like, what's up? And he was like, what's up? And
they like,
what's
loved
up?
that. What's up? What's up?
And Vernon like half laughed and was like, what's up?
Yeah,
and I was like,
it was kind of like, dude, where's my card? Like, dude, what's on mine? Dude, sweet. And it was like, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Like,
and like their faces are too much to even like look at.
Chiseled, hot.
And it was like, and then it just, everyone knows Vernon's whole face is smirking, and he was just like, what's up? And it was like, not much.
Very literally anything you gotta say.
Just, okay.
All of it.
And then I remember distinctly, Hoshi was after Vernon in the 8, and I literally thought of Alana when I got to Hoshi's face. Because we talked about it so much, and I literally went, oh, because I was like, oh my god, it's really Hoshi. And it was like, I literally looked at him and was like, oh, because I knew that she was coming right after me, and I was like, there you are.
That's horrible to think of. That's so bad. I hate it.
That was terrible.
Very sweet of you. Thank you.
I literally remember that's all I could think of, and I was like, oh my god. And then, it just kept coming out of my mouth too that everyone was beautiful.
Yeah.
So
yes, it's not a lie though.
Who even?
Because next is Junghan and June.
Okay.
And you're like, Junghan and June.
They put,
no thanks.
What we talked about before too was Junghan and June being
Do
the
not
two
put them next to
that
each
we
other.
cannot look directly in the eye. How does a person even
you just have to apologize?
See them to be like, we're sorry, everyone's ugly.
Yeah.
You
guys are cool.
Oh wow.
Cool.
Like, don't look directly at the eclipse people. No. Like it was so fucked. So it was Junghan never really said, "You're so beautiful." He just smiled because he's probably like, "You're not."
The one thing about 17 is that if you say something to them, it's like there's so many and it's so fast that they can't really get anything out verbally, that it's mostly like
they kind of just like they do like every single one of them goes in on the eye contact with everyone. Like they like want to make sure that it's like I'm seeing you and you're seeing me, and they like smile and do like as much of a response as they can, but it's like
in those 1, 2,
to be like
2 seconds.
oh, like it's like they are acknowledging you, but it's so quick.
Yep.
And so then June literally said, "Hi, June,"
like
because I was like, "Hey, you are June."
It is.
Thank you.
It is June.
Like, and he's like, thank you.
You
and
are
it's like,
him.
Woozy was there in the
19 feet tall. He towered over everyone.
He's an intimidating young man.
He like has like a stare.
Right, and it's like he's like so like
I'm like
self-assured that you're like, I'm worried.
Into it.
I don't, and it's like, this is great. I believe I said, hi, you're a genius at him, but there was everything that I said wasn't like, I'm a pitch up here and also really fast. So it wasn't really like anyone, they probably didn't even process anything. It was literally like, hi, you're a genius. And he's like, fucking, you're not, clearly. And so I was like, okay, great.
Thank you.
And thank you, keep moving. First of all, we kept referring to DK and Coops as a two-headed dragon because Coops was like right up on DK's body, so it was just like both of them right at one time.
DK was turned first and Coops was
was right there. And it was like, why?
Thickness, double the thick, that's a good friend.
Whoa! So it's like, you don't even have time to process the fact that like the Junghan and June pairing that just happened right there, and then it's DK and Coops right fucking there.
Like double the thickness. DK's shoulders are so wide,
and then
Coops' chest.
Then like going from one face to then seeing his smile straight away, and then it's like, whoa! And then Coops' head is right next to him, and it's like, whoa!
And then you put them together. No.
And they were just smiling so fucking big.
They were teaming up on people.
Yeah,
it was like, really, we're doing this together.
It was ridiculous.
And it was rude.
And so then I think it said something like, hi, beautiful, to DK, and he just smiled and like shook his head. And then, you literally can't. I don't even remember. And then it was like, I was halfway past Coops when I was like, hi, you're a man. And he was probably like, that is correct. I don't, what does that even mean? He's like, he probably probably doesn't know like the internet connotation of being like a whole man. Like he's like,
I am
yes,
a man. Yeah.
confirmed. It goes by so quickly when you're trying to get through people. So then after that, it was like St. Juan and Wanu. I think I just said one hi beautiful to both of them actually.
We did the exact same thing to Dino.
That it was like, I remember I said Dino, Dino!
Yeah, literally.
It was like, because we both were going through things after and we're like, did we, Dino! And he was so cute, just smiling so bright. And then I was like, okay.
Wanu's very serious.
He really is.
People have said that in other high touches, though. They're like, he doesn't really, it's literally.
He's not like freaking out. Like, he's like, we're here to do your high touch. Like, that's
Yes.
it. And then, when I saw Dino, I realized that Mingyu was last, and so then I don't even remember saying hi to Joshua. In all honesty, it was not intentional because I was like, oh fuck, because the whole time I was like, where's Mingyu? And I was like, I was at the end. So then I was like, oh Dino, and I was like, hi, and then I was like, Mingyu. And so I was like, hello, you are so beautiful, like staring at his face for as long as I could. And since he was the end, he did like a little hand hold and like hold everyone's hand for a second.
He flirts with everyone.
He does literally he was like, and I was like, shut up, you're aware of it. And it was like, okay, great. And it was like, cool. So then your soul falls out of your ass. And then Alana was right behind me.
So we said the same thing to the 8 and Vernon, and then third was Hoshi. So after that, I didn't care. I'm just kidding, no. But I felt bad because I just fucked over Junghan, and I thought June was next because I didn't even see Junghan. But
it's hard to remember afterward. Everyone was like,
Hoshi, all I wanted to tell him was that I thought he was the best dancer in the world. So I literally, they're like, okay, walk, don't hold. They said don't it was like high five, don't hold or some shit. And I literally went like this. I was like walking this way, and I went, you're the best dancer in the world, and I love you so much. I literally was like, I don't need to tell anyone anything else. I literally said, you're the best dancer in the world, and I love you so much. And he went, and then Junghan, I went, oh, I'm sorry, because I was like, I missed you, and now I have to move on to June. But also, I'm sorry that I look like this, and you look, thanks for looking like that.
Ooh.
Like, and then June, I went, oh my god, oh my god. And he laughed. He was like, yeah. Oh my God's right. I am God. And then at DK and Coops, I held their hands at the same time because they just had them next to each other. And I was like, mine. Hello. And I took them and I went, oh God. And then I moved on because there's nothing you can fucking say. And at St. Juan, I went, hi. Because after him was Dino. Because it went him, Dino, Wanu, Joshua, right?
yes.
And yeah, Wanu was before Joshua. And you could see that, like, at the beginning it was like the what's ups, and then in the middle it was like the thicks, and then towards the end it was like kind of like the quieter ones. It was like loud on stage and stuff, but like from Sigwan to Dino to Wanu, it was like the sweeties.
Yeah.
And I went, oh hi, and then oh Dino, and then it was like at Wanu it was like hi, because my second fave, but I couldn't get anything out. And then at Joshua, I realized there were so many that I just went through that I just said so loud. Our friend Shantae caught it on video, but I'm probably not going to include it because it doesn't sound good. I said, oh, there's too many of them at Joshua, and he laughed. And then Mingyu was the last one, and I went. And as I was walking, we leaned with each other, and he leans in, holding my hand on the table, and I went, oh, you're so beautiful. And he went, and I was like,
he's like, yes.
But he had just heard I was at Joshua and went, oh, there's too many of them. Oh, you're so beautiful. And he, like, does, like, a looking down, like, I skipped over Woozy. I didn't mean to, but I skipped over him in the video, not in real life. And Woozy, I was just like, hi. Hi, sorry, bye. Don't touch me. I'm sorry, actually.
Oh
I don't need to touch you. But a bunch of them was kind of like, it just goes so fast. We said this before when we were like, if you're going to a high touch, you can't really say anything.
Right.
At a bunch of them, it literally has to just be like, hi.
Yeah.
So at Woozy, it was like, hi.
And then it's like there's too many to even process. It's 2 times as many as the groups that you usually see. So when we're like, you don't have time to say anything to anyone,
we should be done.
It's literally that it's like, oh my god, and it's still happening, and there's still more faces, and you're like, oh my god.
But I was just happy that I got to tell Hoshi that I thought he was the best dancer in the world and that I loved him.
Mission
because
accomplished.
I was like, if I'm gonna say one specific thing to one person, it has to be him. And then I did say other stuff to other people, but it was mostly like, hi, you're hot, oh my god.
That it just like, whatever happens kind of just like falls out of your mouth.
Yeah,
like, it's like, there's no, we tried to plan ahead so much, and it was like nothing.
What are we gonna say to this person? And then they put Jude and Junghan next to each other.
So you're like,
nothing. I'm not gonna say anything.
Just beautiful!
Yeah.
Like,
so good, I'm
okay.
ugly. Yeah.
It's like,
literally.
And then after we walked away, like, past it, we were like,
there was a man filming.
And then there was a guy filming it, so we nearly went, oh! So hopefully that goes nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's just for that man's personal footage.
Then we made our way in, got to a spot, which the VIP was blocked off, so no, we had no chance of being directly against the stage no matter what. So we were behind like the second barrier, like in like a triangle of barriers, basically, like in there. And then the show started. The thing of Lady Gaga being like spectacular, never been done, tremendous, like the best. That's the 17 performance. We've never seen anything like it.
Nope.
It's not a performance. It's like the Super Bowl halftime show. It doesn't even make sense.
We were saying before how we were worried that it's such a small stage. Like, how is it going to be able to be a full show? It felt like we were at a stadium show.
Was fun.
It feels like a stadium show.
It was literally.
They don't like. We literally said to her, like, so this is just going to turn into a video about why 17 is so great and why everyone should see them live and why we love them so much. We love being fans of them. Like,
forever, Mountains for life.
Like every single song was like, whoa,
this is the song.
This is the song.
This is it. When the song started, we were like, there was like a different emotion for each one that you felt.
Yeah. They were great at that.
They did like they did all the title tracks.
Yeah.
Everything you could think of. We got Monse, Adore You, fucking Aju, Nice.
They started out reworking Pretty You, and so it was like straight out the gate.
Were they not going to rework all their songs?
We were like, of course.
There were remixes. There was a rock remix.
That we were like moshing, pretty much. They were fucking freaking
jumping
out
and down. How she got 10 feet in the air. June got 10 feet in the air. Everyone was possessed.
They were.
They are the best performers on earth. But just to point out, like, specific songs, when Still Only started and dropped to the ground.
She did indeed.
Yeah, I knew I was going to.
It was crazy to see it with all of them.
No.
Like, they did it really well to add everyone into the group.
The unit stages? Sure. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, they like are so good at having their own individual thing happening. Like we would pay to go see the units alone if that was the whole group.
Would pay. Vocal
We'd
would
be
pay.
like,
Hip hop would pay.
But we get all of them in one group
because they do it individually and then they bring it back together and you're like, this is why you guys are the best because we like when those ones are out there, we're not like missing the other ones because we got these ones right here.
Right.
But then the others come back on. You're like, there's so many more.
Yeah.
I feel so blessed.
And like none of them have to do anything differently than they would want to. Like the hip hop unit got to like fuck around and like have everyone like jumping up and down and freaking out, and like the performance unit are like literally the best dancers anybody's ever seen in their whole life. And
the vocal unit
done.
They're Happy Halloween, everybody.
Woo!
Literally, they sat on fucking thrones.
That was
and
insane.
then they stood up and sang heaven. No, that was never, truly, never, ever seen a vocal performance in our entire lives as good as Habit.
Anything
never,
like that.
ever. No, literally give us another group and be like, what about this song? It doesn't compare to the vocal units. Habit.
We literally,
not at all.
Every like beat, we were like, like freaking out.
Like if you see like those videos, that little kid of the boy in church where he's like, that was us.
The whole time. We were like,
we were like, my baby. We were like, oh,
sing to our souls.
Oh my God. Also, yes, in real life, DK is thicker than he looks, and he is as thick as he looks. Not he is thicker actually. Oh my God. When the light shining down on them in their outfits in every performance, it was like, shut up. China Line.
Their performance.
China Line is that bitch. As a collective, that bitch.
Okay, New York City loves the China Line so
whenever
much.
They came on the screen, whenever they were like on the stage, it was like
it was
deafening.
Yeah, it was insane.
There could have been, more for some other members, but we're just gonna hype the China Line right now.
Yeah, it was like
My Eye was the most beautiful thing ever. I want to know how long they had to practice that, how long it took them to get that down.
Think of it?
Because they are geniuses. They sounded beautiful. They looked beautiful. Like there's nothing the Giant Line can't do.
Flawless.
Like they
got one thing.
They tore the house down. They brought the roof down. Like they raised the roof. They brought it down. All of it at the same time.
Like
there was a disco ball in the room. It should have been spinning. And then
I feel like we were on it.
Performance unit. The only video I took the entire time was of highlight because I said if I'm gonna perform one song, if I'm gonna record one song, it's gonna be the one that my sweetheart did everything for, the dance, the producing, the writing. It's basically Hoshi's song. Just kidding, other people were involved. But I was like, I need to get a clip of this because I've never been prouder of a human in my entire life. So that's the one video I got, and I'll put it in right here.
함께 우리 닮아가 결국엔 하나가 돼 우리 와 I'm like a bird 날아갈게 네 목소리 들리는 곳 어디든지 In the air 어디서든 우리 마주하는 이 순간 Alright Alright
So that happened.
So
But after, I was like, okay, I'm gonna record, but I didn't know how I could make it past the first drop.
Yeah.
Like the chorus when it hit, and I was like, no, I have to stop it. So that's why it's not the full song, and it's just a little bit, because I was like, I need to do the highlight with them at one point.
I literally remember Alana was like in front of me basically, and so then I saw her put the camera up, and I was like, so I didn't move very much because it was like, we're not gonna fuck up this fucking video that's happening. And then I knew once got to a certain point, I was like, she's gonna end it right here, and then she ended it and fucking started going right immediately. So I was like, all right, let's go.
Now I can move.
Now we're on. Like, I was like, okay. I tried at one point to put my phone up during the hip hop unit, but they had every single person freaking the fuck out,
Yes.
and it was way too like, hey! Like there was no chance.
check-in.
Woo! Oh my god.
When
When
the
they come
outfits
out,
they had on,
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Like-
the outfits all of them had on. Vocal unit had on these nice ass shirts with their
Yeah.
nice pants. Like,
everything's so like perfectly
crisp
them,
and-
like, and to each individual, like it's like, yeah, that's what you're wearing. That
We
makes
gonna
sense.
make
That
it
makes
shine.
sense. Coops had his chest all out of the place.
yeah,
Like,
he like rocks it. He like
he-
waves that shit.
and during their that other song, he snapped. He went out. He was like, like it was literally. We were like,
He was possessed by some being that
was
wasn't himself.
insane.
No
We kept, and then during oh my god, I believe June he had an exorcism when he
Shantae couldn't
when
get
he
over it. Her friend Shantae,
like,
she was like, all I've been thinking about is June.
that's all she's talked about since.
He had an exorcism.
Literally, we saw that we both looked at each other right after he did that, and we said, what the fuck was that? Because he literally, it looked like something possessed him, and he did it twice, and we were like, whoa! It was like, ooh.
I feel like it's like funny though, because you can like, you know what the performances look like because you've seen videos of them, but seeing them from like sides, you see different members that you never saw before, like doing stuff. The part where like Hoshi like sits on Coops in V8 and then like goes back and then they all come forward.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never seen some of the people over here doing the stuff that they do,
No.
and everyone is doing like a different, like the people at the front of the dance aren't doing the same thing as the people at the back.
Right.
Like they all have like a different part to make it look like one thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
like Coops had like Coops and V8 have Hoshi sitting on them, but the rest of them
they
are like
go-
just leaning a little bit and leaning a little bit, and then as it goes back, there's like standing.
Yeah.
Each person does a different thing,
They're like
and
well-oiled
that's why
machine.
they're the best people on the whole earth. Performers, it doesn't even make sense. And, like the songs that we were like waiting for, we shouldn't have been waiting for because we were like
No.
everything's different than what you're
Everything.
expecting.
And there were so many different times when, while watching, it was like, this group is so strong as a whole, but then if you watch people individually, like, no one falters. We've never seen a stronger group with one person at a time and then
13
all
at a
together.
time, yeah.
Like, no matter who you're focusing on or what's happening, they are putting, like, 200% into it. It's amazing. Like, it's literally like, whoa, like, they all perform as if they've been doing it for 30 years, but then also,
the
like, it's fresh.
First day.
Like,
They
at
were
the
just made
same
yesterday,
time.
but they've never stopped doing it. But it's
Yeah.
the first time they've ever done it.
It's like,
To go down the line,
unreal.
Coops,
Whew.
Mr. Sexual,
Yeah.
like-
Couldn't keep his tongue in his
like
mouth some of the
loves
time.
loves moving his body.
Does
His
this
chest
whole
moves everywhere.
business.
He's so thick. He's also so talented. Though he got injured, he hurt his mouth. His mic dropped,
Bumped
but then he
himself.
was fine and moved on because he's a performer.
He didn't even let it
He
stop
is a
him.
performer.
And he was possibly bleeding.
Joshua, his voice in real life is so
Beautiful.
good. Some people are like, the vocal unit has these ones and these ones aren't as strong. And it's like, Joshua, in real life, his voice is so good, his skin perfect.
Yeah.
We were like, get away.
He does,
Go
he
away.
does his little smiles
Yeah.
and stuff. And
He's
you're like,
very
oh my God.
sweet. Junghan, cool.
We're sorry.
Sure.
Like, that's all we can
Once
say.
again,
We're like, whoa.
We shouldn't be here.
No.
Like,
when he,
his
during
voice as well, oh my God, during Habit, we were like,
and then while they were performing, he like closed his eyes and is like, yes, I'm singing. I'm doing it so well.
he's like an actual angel on
I
earth.
was like, yes, you're
With the
right.
light shining down on his face, we were like, oh my, shut up. Shut up.
Please.
June.
A superstar if there ever was one. Like
he's been a star since birth.
it just comes out of
the
him.
boy is a star. There's nothing,
Like,
no one can fight it. He does everything. His facial expressions. He smirks at people in the crowd, and you're like,
Yep.
Shut up.
His Aju Nice kick in real life, he just comes up and it's literally felt like he kicks everyone in the chest.
June, bitch.
Like he's like, June's here,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah.
Hoshi.
Oh my god, a showman, a absolute showman. It's just unreal.
No one's better than anything. He dances the best. Singing, he sings as he does singing. His jokes on stage, he spoke so much English
He
and he
really
didn't even
did.
have to. Like literally, like plays to the crowd, does what he's doing, helps everyone else. Like his smile the whole time, he's glowing. I've never seen someone so beautiful or so talented. He made me cry. Literally, I was like, you go away. Anytime anyone was on the stage, if Hoshi was over here, I couldn't look at anyone else. I was like, this is it right here.
When we talked about June and oh my god, Lana goes, I didn't see anyone but Hoshi.
I was like, there's only 4 of them on stage. I'm gonna look at Hoshi. Like I would glance at others, but I didn't see June do that thing because I was like, hi, Hoshi. June's over there. Hoshi's right here. So where am I gonna be looking? Hoshi. Love of my life. Like the most gorgeous, talented human you'll ever see in your entire life. Don't even expect anyone else to be. Just kidding. Personally, I've never seen anything like it. He jumps in the air, he sings, he dances, he raps if he wants to. Like flawless all around, an externally flawless human. Wanu is very quiet, but it's like there's something about it that's like, so you're like, I'm afraid in a good way.
When he walks up, it's like, oh, he's here to do his business.
His gloves on, he's like, bitch, try me.
That he's like, yeah, yes.
I don't want to. And they did like the body roll thing
When they
on
did
stage.
that,
And we were like,
funny. And he's like, sexy, want to?
Yeah. Sure.
It's like, yeah, yes.
But he is really quiet. Like during like the parts where everyone talks, he like really loves to look at the crowd.
Yeah.
Hoshi loves to do that too. They all do, but you can tell, it's like you can see others being like, and they have like a glistening look in their eyes. And you're like, wow. Wanu does that a lot because he doesn't talk that much during.
Right. Looks like he's trying to take everything in.
Yeah. Who is he? His vocals in real life are the ones that I think, besides like some obvious ones, sound the most like he does on an album.
Yeah.
It's like when he did like that na part on Habit, it was like, is this a recording playing?
It's like, yeah.
What's happening?
Literally, it was like every single part that he did, he was like, I'm doing
also,
this. And he's also very intimidating.
With him, there's a sexuality coming off. He's like he's hard hitting, but at the same time he stands there and he looks so soft, but he's not at all. And he's like, absolutely don't come at me. I do my job and I do it well.
Yep.
So then there's a 97 line exists.
Okay.
There's DK. He was there. That's cool.
DK. Well, one time we saw him.
Cool.
He was on the other side of the stage from where we were, and it was like, the way the light was happening, we were like, how is that literally a real person? Like, his cheekbones.
It's like someone took
a
thing of butter and the sharpest knife on earth and just went,
yep.
And then that's hair.
And then there we go. And that's what happened. And his, like, just, I mean,
his stage presence is unfucking real.
Like, he fills up the whole place.
With his body and his voice.
Yeah.
Like, and like, he is thick. His voice is rich. Like, oh my god.
So clear, as our whole channel's been talking about the quality of DK's voice, really.
DK and Junghan's dance solos.
Ah!
We've seen them get ones before, but before Don't Wanna Cry, which we'll talk about, they had Junghan do a dance solo and DK do a dance solo, and we were like, of course.
Yes.
Of course they switched it up and they said these two are getting them. They have before, we know that. But seeing it in real life, we were like, they can dance! They can sing and dance and look like that.
And then it's like, anytime he did a leg move, it was like, whoa! Okay.
Of course they put DK on the ground and they said, use your legs to get back up.
Yep.
But his voice in real life it makes you sweat. It makes you really, really be like, this is what a voice should sound like if it's a good voice. And that's
the way he smiles while he does it, it's just like, this is, you're meant to do what you're doing. Yeah. 100%.
Like he's just beaming all the time. His face is a constant glow. It's unreal. Mingyu?
I noticed too, well, like, he's like very funny, like on stage even when he's like not in the middle or even doing other stuff, like he's always like making faces or like doing something weird while nailing all the dance moves, obviously, but like he always like is fucking around. Yeah, and like he'll either be like poking one of the other members or like doing something with someone in the crowd, and then also I wish you could never see him body roll ever once because there's so much body to roll that it takes 25 minutes to do it, and he does it so well, and his chest was all out, and so it was like in the silk shirt that he was wearing, and it was like, okay,
cool,
okay,
absolutely,
sure. And then when he comes up to do, like, the contrast between him like being like cute and funny and like smiling and stuff, and then when he would walk up to do his parts, and it was like, hello, okay, Shane,
okay, cool,
of course,
fine.
Whatever you said, like,
the 8.
yes. Oh my God. He was
the 8. That's
to be in front of a crowd.
That's the statement. That's the whole thing. Ming, how, why, where.
That's it.
Whenever he says, like, he gives off something that no one else gives off. There's like this thing, like, where he jumps around the crowd and is always having such a good time. But he's so good at his job that it's like, it doesn't even look like he's doing a job. He's just like, he's entertainment. The 8 is entertainment.
Like, it's just what he naturally does.
Yeah, and then he puts on a tank top at the end.
And then he, like, just doesn't, like, it's like, he cares very much about what he's doing and, like, his fans and everything, but there's, like, he just, like, he gives off, like, an eye, like, you know, I don't really, like, it's whatever. Like, everything's cool.
He's so cool.
Like, he's like, all right.
He's so cool that it looks like he's not even trying, but you can tell he's trying so
like,
hard.
He works very
so
hard.
And then he sounds so good, such an underrated, the 8 does everything.
He really does.
They're like, the 8, can you sing? And he's like,
he's a Renaissance
here I
man.
am. They're like, the 8, can you rap? Here I am. And then he does his flips and his kicks and his b-boying. And oh my God, him during the My Eye stage as well. No. Saquon.
Oh my God, a sweetie.
Like, his vocals live are just unbelievable. Like, him and DK.
They just never falter. Like,
good
it's like,
Lord.
Like, you shouldn't, like, we obviously expect them to be crazy amazing, but, like, when it's actually happening, it's like, oh my God, like, you really are, like, amazing.
You're doing this right now. He is so sweet to the crowd, and he tried very hard. He did an English speaking part, like, when they were talking, and he did so well, like, killed it.
He's so sweet.
You know Saquon is good vocally, but his dancing in real life, he starts, like, getting into it, and you're like, oh, Saquon, yes, get it, boy. Like, he's so good at what he does. Like, watching him vocally, like, him knowing he's about to kill it, but then he tries so hard when he's actually doing it, being like, oh my God,
and it's like,
this looks so effortlessly flawless for him. Like, everything is like, just the vocal unit just has diamonds around them, shining diamonds just sparkling around them as they sing. The whole unit. Vernon.
Who? Okay, here's the thing. Vernon
fucked with us, but he fucks with us.
He's a problem. We're like, shh, stop.
He is a performer in a way that you don't want someone to be a performer.
No, because you're like,
fucking joking.
Oh my God, stop.
Shut up.
Because he's always like,
when he does his parts, he'll be like, when they were at the mic for he like looks down when he does his parts and it's like, I'm not here, but I feel like you're looking at me. They're like the Mona. It's like the Mona Lisa. When no one's looking at you, you still feel like they're looking at you. Even when they're performing.
The whole time it's just like,
the shirt he had on in the hip hop unit stages, it was like,
wow,
fucking
we
rock
love
on, dude.
Paisley.
Rock on, dude. Cool.
That is literally how to be a man. Like, it was like,
and he's like one of the younger ones, but he doesn't act like it. He acts like one of like, I'm older.
Yeah.
I'm older and cool, and I do whatever I want.
It's whatever.
Vernon's also one of those, since pre-debut, such a good dancer.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, I was expecting this. No, we weren't even shocked. We were like, of course. Yeah, sure.
He's like one of the most naturally charismatic people you could ever see. Yes. Like, just everything he does.
He has very good facial expressions. However, when like puts pictures of him being like funny faces online, he does the exact same thing in real life. Yeah. Like, he is very good with his face while he's performing.
Everything. So, like, every second.
Yeah. Dino.
Ah!
Baby Dino. Michael
Such
Chanson.
A talent.
He is like literally all together, just like on a whole pedestal. Like, there's a 2 and a 3. He's number 1. Like, he's up there. He's got his medal for best performer.
Right.
Like, he doesn't falter in any. When he comes up and does his little rap parts, and it's like, Dino, and boom boom.
Yes,
go Dino.
Go Dino.
Like, fucking kill it. Such a good dancer. Dino is such a good dancer. Little fucking prodigy.
He's such like a ray of sunshine too. Like everyone
laughs at Dino.
Yeah,
when they're like in
they're in the serious like moments, like being in like the character of the song and whatever, and like he comes up and he does that too. He's very good at being in the mood of the song. But like something about him when he appears is just like, hi.
Yeah, and there's videos of like them off stage being like, Dino's a problem now, like a little like rascal,
like, hey,
basically.
He's
like, I don't fucking care. I'm older now, so don't fuck with me.
He's like, get away from me.
Literally, he does that on stage. He'll like do the jokes that everyone's laughing at, and he's like, I'm old now, so I can do what I want. He came up and did his little Michael Jackson tribute.
Oh my god, that was so cute.
But it was funny as fuck.
It was.
And it was like, Dino!
And I was like, oh my god!
Dino's funny as hell!
We're like, Michael, Chanson.
Right, literally. Everyone, not everyone, a lot of them love to use their tongues. DK does a lot.
Yeah.
DK does a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. The crazy love stage.
Okay, that was too much.
Let me put my hair up. Seriously.
Like, okay, I don't know if Coops was like, he was all sweaty and
No, something came over him.
He
had a second wind or some shit.
One. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say too. Pretty much, like, everyone looked like they were like feeling themselves. Like, it was like, they were like, yes, we're feeling it.
It was that gif of Drake at the basketball game being like, that was
everyone.
All of them the whole time, and we were like, we fuck with them like, the heaviest. Couldn't be heavier.
We were so glad to see that like the crowd was really receptive of everything and like gave so much energy back.
No song that came on, anyone was like, don't really know or like this one.
There was never a time where it was like lukewarm.
Yeah. Like, let's get it. Like, literally any stage, even vocal unit, we were all like, fucking kill it. Yeah.
And they were like, we are.
Yeah, say no more. Let us sing, girlies, boys. Title track we wanted to talk about the most was not like not Monse, which was legendary.
Amazing.
Adore You, There's Pretty You, Ajunai.
Couldn't believe we were there for any of them.
Like any of the songs. And literally name a song, we were like, we could talk about a specific moment that happened.
Yes.
That we were like, that's the best moment.
But
when Junghan and DK started with their dance solos, we knew it was coming. And they finished that, and then we heard that. And then, Don't Wanna Cry started. And like the whole feeling, you just feel like tears well up in your eyes and shit. And it's this whole
like it just the room fills with emotion
of love. And here we go, and it's their most recent stuff. So it started, and it was like a whole realization of we've never been prouder to watch a group grow.
They do so
much. To be a fan of a group, to see the talent of a group, to see the dancing, the work ethic, the singing, the rapping of a group. There's not really rapping in that song. You get what I mean, though.
Yeah.
But to like watch them do this whole performance, to see where they started and where they've come from and where they've grown, where they've done with each member individually, and then they come together and and it was like, and they did this.
It was like literally like emotional. And having seen all of the other songs before, like there was such excitement through the whole thing, and like their entire discography is flawless, and we've always said that and always will. Like seeing each song was so exciting, and then like for like when we first saw the comeback and like everything for Don't Wanna Cry, we were like we've never been more proud of how someone's growth has been, and they've been so perfect since the beginning.
Song-wise,
and it just like seeing that was like, it was just such a moment of
it was an awakening of, yes, this is why you like the group, and this is why they're the best group, and you're doing the right thing by loving the group. But we've seen stages of the song. But to see it in real life is something completely different. It doesn't even make sense.
Like your whole chest feels hollow and full.
Like, just there I am. A freaking carrot, a mountain, I don't even care.
Never changed.
Like, I started crying, I was bawling my eyes out, literally stood there and I was like, I've never been prouder to be a fan of a group in my entire life. I was like, actually, I turned to Shantae and she was like, are you crying? And I was like, no.
As I was standing there like having all the like these thoughts that we're talking about, and like started getting tears in my eyes, and then I turned and Alana already had them, and so then it was like okay, like this is what's happening.
What is that thing where it's like, not to be a sappy old white woman, but this shit is breathtaking.
Yep.
Like, that's literally watching it. It was just like overwhelming. You're like, they're proud.
Yeah.
That's the word. Like, just so proud.
We even afterwards had so many conversations about just being proud. We felt so lucky to be a part of
My God.
seeing their growth and knowing where they are now and knowing that they have so far to go.
Yeah.
And anyone who's ever like said anything to us about like they have only been a group for this long, like you can't really say like that many things about them. We always will. And we
17
always
is
will.
legendary. Legendary. Monster Rookie Group 17, even though they debuted 2 years ago, still Monster Rookie Group 17, Legendary Group 17 to us, don't even try it.
And when they're the same, when they have the same and even better quality stuff happening in 10 years, 20 years, we'll be like, yes.
Told you so.
We knew it.
Our happiest told you so of all time. So, but like.
We are lucky to be on this team.
Literally. This mountain team.
Yes.
And it ended. And we were like so sad to go, but at the same time being like, this is why we're going to love them forever. They've gone through so much. They've had first wins and they've won other things and Mama Awards and like other awards that we can't name obviously. But like to see them come together and it was really 17 right in front of us. It was just like we are like say the name 17.
Like
say the name 17. That's it. Like we love them so much. Whenever they come back, we are coming back as well. They're coming back music-wise soon. They told us.
Yep.
We are preparing for that.
Can't wait. We couldn't love them more like as a group, individually, musically, personally, like their work, like everything about it. We're just like
They are such a welcoming
so
group.
Proud.
If you don't love 17, you should begin to love 17.
They love their fans
They do
so much.
Their music. Good luck.
Healing. That was the single happiest time of our whole lives, literally.
The beat drops. I mean, the chorus comes in and healing, and everyone starts dancing. And then DK, everyone's done. Everyone's not about to stop. DK goes, jump, jump. And we're like, we can't do it. We can't anymore. And it was like, one more time. Okay. And we had to continue jumping because DK told us to.
We were so sweaty and in so much pain.
And they were all like,
so
like Dino,
alive.
the 8, they were all like, jump, jump. And I was like, my calves hurt.
It
You guys
so
said
bad.
it, so we're going to jump.
We had to do
did. None of us in our section stopped jumping.
Not once.
We were
not once.
jumping.
And the looks on their faces were so
Everyone's
happy.
Jumping.
They looked so happy that it was happening. They were throwing water.
Like
they were
17,
yelling. Like they were like,
and
yes!
their carrots.
Like it was such a moment of like, we love you so much. And they're like, we love you so much.
Yeah, it was those bears. We love you more. No, we love you more.
Yeah, everyone was just freaking out together.
So,
it was like,
the
there
one
were no
thing
problems
we
in the
need
world.
to add, someone did throw something on stage. Someone threw a cell phone, and then right after another thing that hit Junghan in the back. Absolutely fucking not.
Not okay.
And don't throw anything at anyone ever.
Right.
Ever. But if you're at a concert, Sangwan said, don't give us anything. We just give us your love.
Right.
Don't.
He handled that very well.
Don't throw something at a human.
Yeah.
Ever. So
Terrible.
to do that was disrespectful, and I hope it didn't ruin their time. We don't think it did.
No, because within 2 minutes of that, they were already smiling.
Everyone was like,
and talking
17's
again.
never gonna come back. That's an absolute lie. Don't listen to anyone that says that.
No, they won't.
It was a one-time thing, and it shouldn't be done ever again, or shouldn't have been done then. But
the energy was so good.
They moved on. It's forgive and forget. Like Junghan's not gonna be like, I'm never going back to New York City.
Right, because one person did that.
It shouldn't have happened, obviously, but
No.
they are going to come back.
But like the rest of it was so like full of love and life and energy and everything. That it couldn't have been ruined.
Ear to ear smiles. They look like the happiest humans on earth.
It was beautiful.
And we were so glad we got to be a part of it. And that was our entire story.
Yeah. We feel lucky. We feel blessed.
Yeah. These are a few of my favorite things. And then we just list all of the 17 members.
All of 17.
Yeah. And everything they sang. The dancing, the singing, the rapping, the personalities, the interactions,
Friendship.
the stage presence, the whole performance, them as a group, them as individuals.
They are
spectacular.
everything. They are everything.
Spectacular. Never seen anything like it. Don't want to see anything else like it. Because they are unique. They are 13 members, 3 units, 1 group, 17.
We love living the diamond life.
Yeah.
That's all we want.
We slipped hard.
We slipped hard. We're never coming out.
No.
Never.
We slipped and we love being in this coma of 17. So, that's our entire story. It was really long, but we needed to talk about how much we love them.
Yep.
So,
thanks
for listening, and now go listen to 17. Any song. Literally any song, go listen to it, okay? Bye! We had to move rooms because it got dark, but we didn't talk about it.
You forgot to talk about the most important thing that happened. Do you want me to tell
It wasn't
them?
the most important thing, but it was to me.
Okay, it was.
You get what I'm saying, though. I'm not going to be like, oh, it was Peggy's most important moment.
But it was really important.
More than one thing happened, actually.
It was a really
the
important
DK one first.
First, yeah, that, okay, we talked so much about the performance that we forgot about anything that actually happened with us.
I'm like,
it wasn't, like, Okay, just that we were acknowledged by DK actually is one thing in itself that we were doing.
We're probably not going to be able to find a clip of it, but we always have our lights up because there were light sticks and stuff. But we had our lights up on to ourselves, and he was like,
and he liked it, then was like, oh,
like,
we were like, what's
into
up?
it, and we were like, DK's down.
And then he was like seeing it throughout the
like you could see seeing it, but we weren't like annoyingly being like us again, because once he like said what's up once, we weren't gonna be like DK.
Yeah.
But
and then we noticed too overall 17 does a lot less of interacting during the show because they have so much going on. So any like tiny things were kind of like a huge deal to us.
They have the whole performance to do.
Yeah.
Choreography so much that it's like
and they don't like to break character for it. So and that's why anything that happens is a huge deal, which is why that was going on with what happened with Alana was such an even huger deal. I witnessed it with my own eyes.
We didn't mention it. We didn't talk about it when we were sitting down, but
I basically saw Hoshi and Alana like on a date for like a few minutes, pretty much. Pretty much. That he knew he was like,
how many times was it?
At least like 4 or 5.
I was 12. Like, stop.
Because it started with while everyone was talking. So since it takes 25 minutes,
I didn't yell his name during anyone else's parts.
No,
absolutely didn't.
Throughout the concert she did, and that's why her voice was gone.
Yeah.
But
literally, I stood up on a thing and I was like.
So during the time when everyone was talking, since there are so many of them, the other ones like just like look around and stuff and see what the crowd looks like and things like that. And Alana was like waving at Hoshi because he was right on the end and we were on the end of the stage in our section.
Straight on.
So it was straight on. And so she waved and then he waved and she was like
pointed,
what?
He did like a thumbs up and like a smirk.
And then so then he knew that was, and then she fucking hit the deck, and me and Shantae were dying laughing next door, and he watched that whole thing happen, and then she was like, were you blowing kisses?
I was blowing kisses.
And then she was blowing kisses, and then he went, and then she was like, no! And I was like freaking out. And then
I was like, are you guys seeing this? They're like, bitch, we're seeing it.
I was like, no, I'm watching it happen. I literally was like this on Alana laughing so hard because she was freaking out, and he started to see it.
He kept doing it.
And he was amused by what was happening, and he was like, okay, this girl's here for me because also an hour ago she held my hands and told me I'm the best dancer in the world. So he was like, so she's here for me. And he kept like
it was like the part where he like did the thumbs up, like pointing, like 10 seconds, like less than 10 seconds later was the mouth thing, and then like 30 seconds later was another like.
He did like a thing. It was so funny. We found a video of the first like little bits of
chunk of
what was happening, but then there was a bunch of other little things like that because he just
section.
It looked like he was just amused by what would happen after he did anything. So he was like, he wanted to keep fucking with her because then he would look and then be like.
The kiss one was the worst thing I've ever been involved in my life.
I'm so glad I watched it happen with my eyes. It was literally like.
Because I was like,
she was.
And he goes. I was like, bitch! We just kissed.
Oh my god, it was so great.
감사합니다. Thank you.
Because of our New York Paris.
So that's all we wanted to add. My arm hurts now, but I am dating Hoshi.
But
basically,
after we stopped filming, Alana goes, "Oh my god,
I didn't talk about it.
Didn't talk about Hoshi."
So
that just proves also how engulfed in the performance we were because we completely forgot anything that had to do with us.
Yes.
So, but that did happen, and will vouch for it. I'm an honorable person. You guys know that.
Thank you. So now we are. I am Mrs. Freaking Lit Choreography Soon Young. So there it is. Thanks, guys. Bye.